Hey everyone, it's Kennedy Hawk from the MCM team. Welcome back to Deck Talks, the annual MCM tradition, where I spend all of November crafting some new fun decks with our favorite heroes and release them to the community in December as a holiday gift. Happy holidays! Whatever holiday you and your friends and family celebrate, I hope includes jamming some awesome games of Marvel Champions. Let's get on to our Deck Talks deck for today, the Pump It Up Redo deck. So if you haven't been around the community for a while, or if you haven't experienced one of these Deck Talks seasons before, what I try to do is every holiday season, I make a ton of decks, I publish them on Marvel CDB, put up some YouTube videos, and add them to the podcast feed. In the past, I've tried to make a deck for every single hero in Champions, but that's become kind of unsustainable because there's just too many heroes at this point. Not that there's ever too many heroes, I would always love for there to be more. What I'm going to do this year instead is I'm going to take one collection and make 12 really finely tuned decks from one collection. So you can build all 12 of these decks before the holiday season begins, take these decks around with your friends and family and not have to worry about the stress of deck building as you're getting ready to share your favorite game with your friends and family. If you like these decks, please let me know. Comment on Marvel CDB, comment on YouTube, or send me some screenshots of pictures of you playing the decks because I'd be super excited to share them with the rest of the crew. Other content creators are also celebrating the holiday season this year, so be sure to check out the Critical Encounters YouTube page all throughout December for some fun holiday villainmas. In the holiday spirit, I'm going to continue raising funds for UNM Children's Hospital, so if you've enjoyed these decks, if you played them, had fun with them with your friends and family, be sure to check out the Extra Life link at the bottom of this YouTube video or podcast feed, or here in the YouTube video itself. Every dollar donated can help save a child's life at the local hospital to me, and I appreciate everyone who's helped us raise funds this year because it's been an extraordinary effort. Alright, let's get on today's deck. So today's deck, wow, I was about to say I knew what year it was, but I don't. That 2020 right there should say 2022. So today's deck is super special to me because the first year, in 2019, when we did Deck Talks, we only had 7 heroes. We had the core set, Captain America, and Ms. Marvel. And I made a Captain America deck in 2019 called Captain America Pump It Up. It was all about pumping up Captain America's stats and then using his double activation to get the most value from them. And I just wanted to show the comparison between 2019 and 2022 to see how different these decks can look with how much larger the card pool is. So I had 5 to 6 allies in each deck. Last time I had 20 events, but the events were completely different. We had Avengers Assembled, we had Lead from the Front, we had 2 morale boost and 3 strength in numbers, but a little bit different. We included all of the double resources because our cost curve was so high. For supports, we had Avengers Mansion, we had the Tower, we had 3 copies of Tenacity because we were so desperate for cards that ready characters. So this year we've got 6 allies instead of 5. There's slightly different allies that are a lot cheaper, so we still have Squirrel Girl, which is great, but we have Kalu, we have Cheap Hawkeye, we have Stinger, we have Ant-Man, so we can have a really cheap set of allies to get out there. We've got our strength in numbers and our morale boost, but we've pumped morale boost up to 3, and instead of using Tenacity to ready, we've included Earth's Mightiest Heroes, because that's basically a 1-cost ready. You can triple strike with Captain America almost. I included 3 copies of Go All Out from Ironheart's kit. You could use the thwarting version of this to exhaust your hero, add up their attack, defense, and thwart, and deal that much damage, or remove that much threat. I did go all out because I wanted to go for damage and I wanted to keep my cost curve low, but you could easily swap those 2 out. For resources, I actually didn't include the basic resources. I have 1 copy of Innovation because we want to keep these allies out, but we might need to use them for thwarting, so we want to be able to heal them, and then 2 copies of Power of Leadership. For supports, I went away with the expensive stuff of Avengers Mansion and Avengers Tower, and I just included a copy of Triskelion. At most, I want to get 4 allies out for that strength in numbers. I actually included 3 copies of Adrenaline Rush from Quicksilver's kit, which is a basic upgrade you can discard to give your hero +1 attack until the end of the phase, I think. So that can be really good with Captain America, especially if you're going to do a triple strike with Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Captain America's ability. You can pump yourself to a 3, and now you're getting the +1 from that value 3 times. I have 1 copy of Honorary Avenger just in case we get stuck with Agent 13 out there. So the decks are completely different. I mean, looking at them, it's like almost 11 to 15 cards are different, but the spirit is the same. You want to pump up Captain America's stats or someone who can ready and just go bonkers with your basic activations. On this next chart, I wanted to show, and you won't be able to see this on the podcast feed, but with the newer card pool, the 2022 card pool, you can actually smooth out your cost curve tremendously. So in 2019, we had 9 0-cost cards, 5-ish 1-cost cards, 11 2-cost cards. It looks like 5 3 and 5 4-cost cards. But in 2020, we can make a deck around the same mechanic where we have 14 0-cost cards, 11 1-cost cards. So right there, that's 25 cards out of your deck that cost 0 or 1. Amazing. 8 2-cost cards, so that's less 2-cost cards than last time, and I think I only have 4 3-cost cards, and those are all included in Cap's kit. It's the Heroic Strikes and Agent 13. So your cost curve is incredibly low, which lets you not use those double resources, which is super exciting to me to stretch my deck building. Alright, so just looking at the combo again and going over the deck, so your whole goal is to do really big damage with Go All Out or use Captain America's double activation. So I'm going to take this deck up against Magog, and I've actually played the game already, so I'll just insert it at the end of this video. But in solo against Magog, you have to do 10 damage. So with Captain America, you have a 2-2-2 stat line. Once you play your shield, which you get it set up, you can have a 2-2-3. So with Morale Boost, you can have a 3-3-4 stat line, which means one copy of Go All Out will one-shot one instance of Magog. You just got to do that 4 times, and you won the game. So Pump It Up Redo, super efficient. So the deck really quick, I'm not going to read the Captain America cards, but the leadership cards under allies, we have Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Kaloo, Squirrel Girl, and Stinger. For events, we have Earth's Mightiest Heroes ×3, Go All Out ×3, Morale Boost ×3, and Strength in Numbers ×3, so a ton of events. Resources, 1 Innovation and 2 Power of Leadership. You almost don't need the Power of Leadership, but there's so few 2-cost cards that rather than including the double resources, I included a Power of Leadership because it hits 4 of your allies and your Go All Outs that actually have an energy requirement, which can be kind of difficult for Captain America. We've got 1 Triskelion, 3 copies of Adrenaline Rush, and 1 copy of Honorary Avenger. Incredibly efficient deck, incredibly fun to play. If you're playing this holiday season and you're playing with a new player and you want them to just like feel like they're really their hero and going bonkers, this is one of the decks that I would definitely suggest you give to them. So, hero highlights. Really, anyone with readies in their kit, this is going to be great with. You could even do this with Black Widow using her synth suit to try to trigger readies during the player phase, or to get a defense and then still get to strike. Captain America and Quicksilver are going to be your strongest two. I tried it out with Hulk and Iron Man. It didn't even upset me. I mean, Hulk's got 6 stats. I think he's got 3 defense and 3 attack, right? So you can get pretty good use out of Go All Out right away. Iron Man's obviously a 1-2-1, but you can pretty well supplement your stats, and you're going to want to have that Arc Reactor for your ready. Storm, this works wonderful with. She-Hulk, even with your 1-2 punches, this can get a lot of damage out quickly. Nova with Unleash Nova Force. I even used this with Groot when I was testing with his upgrade that lets you spend a growth counter to ready. And Shadowcat. With Shadowcat Surprise, she could be incredibly efficient. You probably want to remove Earth's Mightiest Heroes with the non-Avengers characters listed there, but you can swap it out for a ready for that specific faction, or just some cheap cards to keep your cost curve down, and you'll be rocking and rolling. So, I'm going to insert the YouTube video against Magog. There's a couple gameplay mistakes because I haven't played him a ton yet, but hopefully I correct them throughout the video, and away we go. So we are 4 days done with Deck Talls. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check back the next 8 days for 8 more exciting Marvel Champions decks. Happy holidays! Hey everybody, I'm really excited for today's Deck Talls deck. We are returning to one of the first Deck Talls decks I made. The first year with Captain America, we made the Pump It Up Captain America deck, and it was using crazy stuff like Moxie and Avengers Assemble. And this is a more pure one using some of the more recent cards like Innovation and Go All Out. So we're going to see how this Captain America stat pumping deck performs against Magog from the Mojo Mania encounter set. So we've got our Champion and Challengers encounter cards all in play, ready to go. And I think we're ready to begin. So we don't want to take damage, or we're going to end up placing things. And we want to deal a lot of damage to get some ratings counters. So we're going to draw our opening 6 cards. Search your deck and discard pile for Captain America's shield. So we're definitely discarding that. We've got a Stinger right away. We've got an honorary or heroic strike right away, which could be nice, but we don't have any physical cards to play with it. I don't think giving up on Steve's apartment is a great idea. Do I keep these adrenaline rushes? I think I keep them. And we go like that. Okay. That's going to be an awful weird opening turn. Okay, here we go. So the point of this deck is to pump our stats really crazy. We only really have to pump them to 10 because that's all it takes to defeat the Magog. So what we're going to do here is we reduce the cost of the first ally we play each round. So we're going to play Stinger for free, which sounds awesome. We're going to use Power of Leadership to play Adrenaline Rush. We're going to use Adrenaline Rush to play Cap's Shield. We're going to flip and use Steve's Apartment to play Morale Boost. So we are now a 3-3-4 because we get +1/+1/+1. I'm almost wishing I hadn't played that Adrenaline Rush so that I could double tap, but that's okay. As a 3, I don't mind hitting for 3 damage. I don't mind Stinger thwarting and getting that down to 0 for now. And then on we go. Okay, that's a pretty good first turn. And we do get 4 defense in this first turn from Morale Boost, so let's not forget that. And draw our 5 cards. Alright, so we've got 2 threat going on the main. He's going to attack us for 2+ something. And we've got a shield block, so we're not even going to defend even with our 4 defense. So we will shield block that, make it so we take none, and we get 1 encounter card here, which is an advance. So he's going to scheme for 1, 2. Not exactly what I needed, but not the end of the world. So what are we going to do here? I'd like to get Kalu out, so I think we're going to pay 2 for a Kalu. He's going to let us search the top 5 cards of our deck for an event. We'll grab a Fearless Determination. Shuffle the others back in. So we will Fearless Determination with Captain America, so we're up to 3 thwart, and we will draw a card from Fearless Determination. We can thwart for 3. We can have Kalu thwart for 1, just to keep that real low. We're going to use Earth's Mightiest Heroes with Stinger to ready cap. He's got 2 attack, so we'll punch Magog for 2. We'll use our helmet to ready cap, and we'll punch Magog for 2 more. I could have made that 3 and 3, but so far I've done 2, 2, and 3, which is 7, so it wasn't enough to defeat him. So we're going to save that Adrenaline Rush for a real big turn. And draw 5. So we've got 2 threat going out. Magog is going to attack us for 2+ something. We've got 3 defense. Let's try to stop it. We do, so no damage is taken. We get an encounter card, which is another advance. He's going to scheme for 1+2, 5. My goodness. They really want us to threat, or thwart. Alright. Ooh, Super Soldier Serum. That is enticing. Let's use Strength in Numbers with our 2 allies to draw 2 cards. Let's... Oh my gosh, there's a lot of good things here. I'm going to use Innovation and Morale Boost to play Super Soldier Serum. So we get to heal 1 damage from an ally. And then we'll use we're going to heal it from Stinger, actually. We never want her to leave play. We'll use Super Soldier Serum, Power of Leadership, and Shield Toss to play each in 13. So she's going to remove 2 threat, and then she'll remove 2 more. We didn't get to ready cap this turn, but we've got 3 allies in play for any Strength in Numbers shenanigans we draw into. No shield block. We did get a Strength in Numbers and a go all out, though, so this could be a pretty good turn. 2 threat going out, so he is up to 3. He's going to attack us for 2+ something, and we're going to block with our 3. We do not stop all the damage, so we're taking 2 damage. He's going to take 1 from Retaliate 1. We place 1 counter onto the champion. We get an encounter card, which is Magog attacks you. If a hero defends against this attack and takes no damage, place 2 rating counters on the challengers. He's going to attack us for 2+ something, and we're just going to take it to face. 4. So we will get 1 counter. Alright, it's our go. Let's go ahead and use... Let's use our Super Soldier Serum and Ant-Man to play Squirrel Girl. She's going to ping the villain for 1. But before we do that, we'll use Agent 13 to thwart for 2. Because we don't have Triskelion or anything out yet, so she's going to get discarded. There we go. So now Squirrel Girl comes out and pings for 1. We're going to use Strength in Numbers to draw 2 cards, 3 cards. Let's do 2 cards. And what do we want to do? Let's have Stinger pop Magog for 1. When Magog would be defeated, reset his hit points to 10 per player and give yourself 3 counters, which sounds great. We're a little bit ahead right now. And now let's use a shield block to ready cap. I'm currently at 2-2-3. So if I pay this 2 for go all out, I would do 7 damage. I could Adrenaline Rush it to make it 8 damage, but I don't think that's worth it yet. And we're going to ready up and hope to draw into a shield block. We did not. Okay. 2 threat going on the main. He's going to attack us for 2 plus something. We're always going to try to defend. We take 2 again. And he gets a retaliate 1. And he gets a counter. 1 encounter card coming out. Treat the printed text box of each support you control as if it was blank. Exhaust your alter ego and each support you control to discard this obligation. Good news, we don't have any supports, so I guess we won't be playing any. Alright, it's our go. Let's Fearless Determination to draw a card. It's a Triskelion, so there's a support that we can make blank. Hooray. I kind of think it's worth it to Earth's Mightiest Heroes off of Stinger to ready cap. He can punch for 2, which is going to defeat Magog. Oh, I forgot to deal myself an encounter card last turn. Hold on. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. Cap is exhausted. I have not played Fearless Determination yet. This is what my board state looks like. Here's my second encounter card attached to Magog. After his hit points are reset, place 1 per player counters on the challengers and discard this card. So when we defeat him next, he's going to get a little bit of a bonus. Okay, so now we can do the same thing. We'll play Fearless Determination to draw Triskelion. We'll use Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Stinger to ready cap. So if we punch him for 2, that is going to let us knock him out. I think we want to do that. So we're going to punch him for 2. He's going to get some ratings from that upgrade. We're going to get some ratings, and we're going to get an encounter card. So we're up to 6. We're getting close. He's back up to 10. I have what I need to do a Heroic Strike. So I think we'll use a Serum, 1 Heroic Strike, and another Serum to do a Heroic Strike for 6. And a Stunned, which cannot hurt us right now. Squirrel Girl can punch. She'll thwart for 1. We want to keep that threat low. Actually, no, she'll punch for 1. Because we've used Fearless Determination, so when we ready with cap from Triskelion, we can thwart for 3 and get that down to 0. So we're going to ready everybody up. We've got 2 encounter cards. We're drawing 5 cards, so 3 encounter cards because we decked out. We do have a go all out in hands. It's a chance we can knock him out twice this turn. 2 threat going on the main. He is stunned. We've got 3 encounter cards to deal with. The first one is an assault. We could have guessed that was going to happen. Let's have Stinger block this assault. So he hits her for 2. He will get a ratings from that. That's going to put him to 5 ratings. Oh, we're at 6 ratings. So I have to flip this. After the challengers flips to the side, switch the encounter deck discard pile for a surprise contender and put it into play engaged with the first player. You know what's going to be really funny? I think that is... Oh no, there is a surprise contender come out. Alright, so he is also going to attack us. For 2 plus some kind of boost. So Squirrel Girl is dead, and they get 1 more rating. So they're at 6. I should flip that one before I forget. Champion flips to the side. Each player draws a card. Sorry about that. I haven't played this scenario nearly enough. But we are at 6-6 with ratings, and there is a surprise contender in front of my face. I am down to 1 ally and 6 cards in hand. We've got a Stage Fright. You are confused. Place 2 threat in the main scheme. If the 4th threat, if there are more rating counters on the challengers than the champions, there are not. So that is good. Shadow of the Past. Oh, gosh. We're going to have to finish this turn or we might lose. And we can lose. That's okay. It's just deck talks. We're allowed to lose, right? All right. He has Quick Strike, so he's going to hit me for 3, which is totally going to kill me. So it looks like Kalu's going to block that. And we've got this side scheme that comes into play. Discard the top card of the deck and take indirect damage. 2 indirect damage. So I am down to 1. Not going swell. Okay. What can we do here? Let's see. We can pop Adrenaline Rush to put us to 3 attack. Right? So swinging for 3 right away is going to get us 3 ratings and pop him back up to 10 and deal us an encounter card. We've got a lot of minions in front of our face. And we're confused. But we don't plan on thwarting, because if we don't win this turn, we are dead. So we got to do 10 more damage. What can we do? We're going to use Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Agent 13. We're going to use Earth's Mightiest Heroes to ready ourselves. Then we're going to use Agent 13 and Super Soldier Serum to pay for Go All Out. That's going to let us exhaust ourselves, and we're at a 3-2-3, so that's going to deal 8 damage. And we've got a Shield Tossed in hand, so we are going to discard X cards from our hand. We'll make that 2. To return the shield to our hand and deal 4 damage to 2 different characters. So we're going to hit Magog for 4 and Baron Zemo for 4, because he's a jerk. And that is going to put us up to 12 ratings. So the challengers have defeated the champion. Thanks for tuning in to day 4 of Deck Talks. We've got 8 more days left, so that's 2 more decks for each aspect. I know this deck is kind of a samesies deck. It's a deck a ton of people have seen, but we've used up our strength in numbers now, so we're not going to be able to do Ally Swarm and things like that, or Ally Battery Swarm. We're going to have to find something different to do in our other leadership decks. Happy holidays. Hope you have a great season.